Good morning to you all. We are finishing out our series this week on From No to Go. And specifically, this is really a continuation of the chapel that we had yesterday. As Mr. Brome was up here and he was talking about the fact that God was going to Moses and said, Moses, I want you to serve. I want you to go. I want you to go beyond your comfort zone. Go from where you have made your home to a different place and to then serve me. And so Moses had all those excuses. He had all those reservations. And he said, I just can't. If you remember that from the message yesterday. So this is the continuation. And then today I'm going to talk to you about opportunities that you have to go and to serve Jesus in different parts in the United States of America. So Mr. Brown finished yesterday with Exodus 4 at verse 12. And now here we are this. God says this, same verse. Moses, I've heard your excuses. I've heard your concerns. Just go. I'm going to be with you. Just go. I will help you speak. I know you're nervous about what you'll say. I'll just be there for you. And if any of you have ever had someone ask you like a religious question and you just started talking, I've had so many people that have come up to me and said, I don't even know where it came from. Just suddenly this amazing answer ended up coming out. That is what God so often does. And he promises that to Moses. I'm going to help you speak. I'm going to teach you what to say. Just go, man. Just go. And this was the reply from Moses. No. He still says no. He goes, pardon your servant. Send somebody else. Like, I don't talk well. I'm nervous about this. Just please send a different person. Now, God does get a little frustrated with Moses, but yet he doesn't give up because God is so good at getting us and moving us to where he knows it's good for us to go, even when we're a little nervous about going there. And so in the text then it says this. God replies to Moses, says, well, okay, what about Aaron? You got a brother Aaron. He's coming to you right now. He's on the pathway. He speaks pretty well. You speak to him. And you put words into his mouth. I'm going to help both of you speak. And look at what happens. He is a little nervous, and now God sends two. So often that can happen in connection with the mission trips that we've run at school, where someone's like, I think I want to go on this, but I'm a little nervous. And they talk to a friend, and they encourage the friend, and then suddenly both of them go on the trip. And some of you are smiling because some of your friends have already talked either people into going on a trip. You've experienced this. And then on this amazing trip, God does some pretty amazing things. So I have the opportunity to share with you encouragements that you have to be able to go and to serve. We've been saved by Jesus, and he wants us to use that joy, that peace that comes in our lives to then tell other people about it. We are saved to serve. And these are the different opportunities where you could go on mission trips in connection with our school. The nice thing is, most of these happen during winter, and so you get to go to the sun. You're welcome. There's some amazing places that are here. Some of these are over the summer as well. So here it is. We have the largest number of offerings we've ever had before. There's 8 different places that you could go to with some friends and go and serve Jesus in some amazing places. So what I'm going to do is this chapel is quickly to tell you about these opportunities that are there and how you could possibly serve Jesus. So let me rifle through these. The first one happens in February. It's over President's Day weekend to go down to Las Vegas. And here's what you would end up doing. Here's a basic summary. You're going to hang door invites on people's doors, not really knocking on doors to talk, just hang invites. There's some members that have need there and helping them out, and then volunteering at a local grade school. And if you know the Fry brothers, this is their dad's church out there. So this is their church, Foundation Lutheran out in Las Vegas. We sent a mission team out there. Last time, the group didn't door hang. This is actually from Arizona, a picture that I stole. But you'll hand out some invites and flyers. You'll go to a local grade school and just hang and play with the kids that are there. Do service projects in connection with the church. They actually got to paint the lines at the church there, clean things up, serve Jesus, and then with every trip, there's also fun. And you get to do some amazing things. And if you've ever seen Las Vegas, you can tour and go down the strip and see the different casinos that are there and just experience No, you can't gamble. Sorry. Not on part of the mission trip. But you get to see these amazing places that are there. The next 3 opportunities that you possibly have, these are all over spring break. This trip is one that we've done like 5 times, and I think it's the most well-rounded of the mission trips, of a lot of different experiences. You'll fly down to Tucson, Arizona over spring break. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, the February trip, you miss a day of school, if that helps. Mr. Cleese actually approved it, although his arms are crossed right now. Maybe he's not going to let you go. And then over spring break, you also get a day off of school as well. You'll canvass, but it's different. Not just knocking on doors, you're doing a survey with them. And so it's an easy way to have a conversation with people and inviting them to church. Experience college campus ministry, and then do ESL classes, English as a second language classes, and volunteer with that, and hang out in their preschool ministry. This church built a 240-person, little person, preschool. It's huge. It's amazing, and you would hang out and play with that. Here's the church, beautiful with the mountains in the background. Many of you have gone on this trip with me. It's a remarkable experience. You'll knock on doors and do canvassing with that survey, get some nice tan going on. You get to experience college campus ministry at the University of Arizona. And there's the English as a second language class where you talk to them and help them to learn and grow in their English skills while talking to them about Jesus. There's Noah hanging out at the preschool. The kids attacked him and tackled him to the ground. Believe me, you're celebrities. When you go to these preschools, when you go to the grade schools, you are celebrities to them as well. And then on this one, we do the most amazing hike. I've told you about this before. 7 times you cross a stream on the way up, 7 times you cross a stream on the way down, and you can jump in the stream, this big pool of refreshing water at the top. It is a big but beautiful and exhilarating hike to be able to enjoy. And then we take you to Topgolf. And have some fun there as well. By the way, we stay at the pastor's house. He has this gigantic house. What do you see in the background? That is the starts of a pool. It's now made, sorry. They now have a pool at his house. So that'll be one of the fun things. You also could go to Georgia over spring break and serve Jesus. Unique one, if you haven't heard about this, it's reverse food pantry. What you're going to do in connection with this one, if you go, is you go drop off just hundreds and hundreds of brown bags at people's doorsteps with a note that says, we'll be back to collect the food in the future. And so when you come back, you are the people that are helping the food pantry in the area. And they're excited to see you, and then you can have a conversation with them about Jesus, a unique way to help the community. Here is people who went last year. And they're loading up the groceries and had some great conversations with people and inviting them to church. Hanging out with the young kids at the church and also doing some service projects, painting up signage for the upcoming season of the church as well, preparing outreach materials, doing community service cleanup work, and of course you get to have fun as well. Who's been to the Coca-Cola factory in Atlanta? If you ever tried Beverly, it is this crazy drink that they're about to try, and you just need to experience it. Or, this is a new one. There's 3 new trips. You can go to Seattle and go to a very creative new church ministry that is out there. They bought a 100-year-old church, renovated it, and they do come strategy events. So you would help lead events on the campus to draw people onto the campus. And then do some invites as well. So here's the church, ripped down to the floorboard studs basically there, and they built it back up again. And then these are some of the events that you would help plan, be a part of, and just have regular conversations with people as they come onto the campus and invite them to stay and be part of the ministry there. I stole this picture from our Arizona trip, but you also hang out at a local grade school. This is a new trip, so I don't have a picture from it. But here's Chase and Alex hanging out. Again, you are celebrities when you go to the grade school and hang out with them and play recess with them and connect them to the church that's literally across the road. And then, fun, in Seattle, you can go down to the public market that's there. That's where they chuck the fish. Go up to the Space Needle. And did you know the original Starbucks is in Seattle? And you can go see that as well. And the famous gum wall. Don't eat from it, but you can add to it if you want and see the famous gum wall. All right, next trip. This happens in April. This is the cheapest of the trips because there's no flight involved. The flights are so expensive, as you know right now. So this is the cheapest trip. We're driving to Milwaukee, and you're going to go to the Lighthouse Youth Ministry Center, our project that we are helping. You then can go and help out with this after-school program that is there, also with a drug and alcohol rehab program, and help an Easter for Kids program for an inner-city church. What would that look like? Well, first of all, you're going to spend a night at Wisconsin Lutheran College in their dorm. This is one of the dorms. My dorm wasn't this nice in college. You're going to spend a night in the dorm at Wisconsin Lutheran College. And then this is the after-school program. You're just going to hang with the young kids that are there and build relationships with them and then let your Christian light shine. Then you'll go to that drug and alcohol rehab program. We'll get some groceries together. I introduced last year you guys to Bill. This is my friend Bill who recovered from the alcohol program and still serves there. He's just an awesome, awesome guy. You'll get to meet Bill. And you then go and you experience a Christian 12-step recovery program. And believe me, the openness of the people that are there has really touched the hearts of our students. One person a couple years ago said, I know everyone says I shouldn't drink. He goes, but now I know why. And it really moved and touched his heart. Then you'll help out with an inner-city church with their Easter for Kids program, one of the big, large grade schools. Attend worship and check out Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary, where our pastors train as well. They go on the campus there and just experience the beauty that is that campus. I'm also going to have you go to Comedy Sports for fun. It's an improv comedy show that people have a lot of fun at. Go to worship at an inner-city church, Garden Homes, and then come on back. All right, summer trips. In the last little bit we have left in chapel time here. This is that Mormon outreach trip. Now it's in Idaho Falls, in Idaho. So Mr. Boehm is planning on leading this trip. Idaho Falls is 60% Mormon. And in the Mormon faith, they have to be nice to earn your way to heaven. And they'll train you up on how to do specific outreach to people of the Mormon faith. Every morning, they give training seminars, hands-on type stuff. And then in the afternoons, you with a partner, you walk the streets and you knock on doors and you then talk to people about true peace that comes in Jesus being your Savior and Jesus doing absolutely everything for you. They'll walk you through how to understand the beliefs of Mormonism. They'll walk you through how to build bridges to connect people to the gospel, and then you get to put it into practice of knocking on doors. You also get to have some fun as you go out there and do some hiking and sightseeing, what your group wants to do. We built in an extra day, Mr. Boehm, into the trip this year for more sightseeing fun as well. New trip, Nashville. Over the summer, you can go down to Nashville. This is a science-based youth camp. Does that make you excited? You want to go now? So all you have to do in connection with this is you're doing hands-on science-based projects with the little kids in this church that's trying to reach out to the area in a little bit of a different way. So all this stuff is going to be set up for you. You don't have to come up with the science experiments, but you're going to do a hands-on, hang out with little kids, doing science fun with them during the week in order to connect them into that church in the area in a very different way. It's a fun, unique opportunity as you go there. And again, it's Nashville. You got to go downtown and see the sights of where country music lives really, really well. And you'll have some fun there. And by the way, the guy that I know that helped me set up this, he works at Centricity Music. And if you like Christian contemporary music, a bunch of Christian artists are on the label, and we're going to try to see, I can't promise, if that you might be able to meet some Christian artists that would come and hang out with you guys. That'd be an amazing thing. All right, and then one more, brand new trip as well. This is just north of Denver in Windsor. This is a basketball-themed youth camp. You don't have to be LeBron James when it comes to basketball, But if you know the basics and you love kids, this is perfect for you. My buddy Steve is the pastor out there, and he's super excited. He's going to have 8 of you invited to come out and do a basketball-themed youth camp that's there to draw people into his brand new church. They just opened. And so they are excited about your help to come there and to get more community awareness about their ministry through a basketball-themed youth camp. And he promises you're going to have a lot of fun. Your afternoons are almost all off. Basketball in the morning, afternoons are off, playing and having fun in the area of Colorado. You'll do a couple small service projects for people in the area, but hiking and seeing the sights in and around Denver. How do you do this? So the deadline to register is going to be December 5th. Immediately after chapel today at 11 o'clock, an email is going to go out to you with all the information I just data dumped on you, all right? So that you can read through them, look at the cost of all of them, look at more of the details on them. But the deadline to say, I would like to go, I'd like to apply, is December 5th. Now, the cost on every one of these trips is $575. The actual cost is like $1,000 to $1,200 per trip. The cost is really, really high. We kept it at what we think is something that you might be able to achieve, and donors have covered the extra, the beyond. But please hear me. If $575 is something that is impossible for your family or a hardship for your family to do, and you want to go, I know of people that will want to get some scholarships to help out so that you can go. We want anyone who wants to go on one of these trips to be able to have the opportunity. So if that's you, come talk to me, and we'll see what we can work out. But please, I encourage you to apply. If you want more information, ask me about it. Google chat me, find me in the hallways during lunch or MST, and I can give you more details on it. But God has good works planned in advance for each and every one of us to do, and anyone who's gone on these trips, they've had a remarkable time. And I pray that you don't say no. I pray that you hear the go, and that you go and impact others with the gospel of Jesus. Let's pray. Lord of grace, thank you for the amazing opportunity that you give to us to go, to fulfill that great commission, and to go in the beyond, and to stretch ourselves to go on these trips where we share Jesus and have a lot of fun. But Lord, whether we go on these trips or not, you give us that opportunity with the person sitting next to us, around us, the person at the grocery store, the person at Target, the person in our family. Help us to shine our light, not just on these trips, but just always, and know that, God, you bless it, and that you, Lord, are powerful. Give us confidence, Lord, to serve you in every aspect, and I pray that you move the hearts of many to go on these trips. We ask these in your name. Amen. I'm going to put the locations back up there again. I'm going to have printouts of this in the library for you to look at, but information will be sent out soon. Any announcements?